Has this ever happened to you?
Hey, do you want to join my Pathfinder campaign?
Actually, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Sweet. Just make your character and we'll be meeting on Sunday. See you then.
Make a character? I don't know how to do that. If you're looking to make a new OC, then you're in the right place because I'm gonna take you through step by step what I do every time I make an original character. If you don't know me, that's all right. My name is Courtney of Courtney Faire. It's like the Renaissance Fair, but better because it's Courtney Faire. I am both a professional and published cosplayer, and I have only ever professionally cosplayed original characters. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the broad general concepts. Then from there, we're going to move into the character's motivations and their character, more specific details to that character. And then we're gonna get into my favorite part, the visuals. Starting out, we're gonna talk about the broad concepts. One of the things that you're first gonna need to figure out is, why are you making this character? Are you making this character to be a main character in a story? Or are you making this character to more fill a niche, fill a role as a side character in the story? Figuring out which of these areas you're trying to fill is going to help you big time in the end, because it'll help you determine the level of detail that you need for this character. Maybe the next step is referencing an existing character. Maybe you're trying to fill a role like a double agent. So that is going to be a very specific character, and that you're going to already have kind of elements from the story to pull from. Some of the things that you're going to want to consider during this step are things like their general overall appearance, their alignment, their occupation. All of these are going to help you kind of start to build out that character. For this video, I think it would be perfect for us to make, a pirate captain. So let's say we're building a pirate captain character who is a chaotic good. So that is a very broad, general statement of what this character is, but it's a great place to start. Now, in this next part, we're gonna start getting into more distinguishing features and motivations, as well as a little bit more specifics to the character themselves. For instance, if we're referencing back to our pirate captain, maybe this pirate captain wears an eye patch, but maybe they always wear it inside out. And maybe that's a bit of an insecurity for them. Another thing is, if you're thinking about that, why? Why do they wear that inside out? What is the motivator? What is the thing behind that? Well, maybe he didn't have anybody to teach them. What if she didn't know how the successful way to wear that was? And so the concave side was, a better idea in her mind on how to wear it. Going back to this character being a chaotic good. So maybe this character wants to do good. Maybe this character wants to be very helpful, but because they didn't have somebody in their life growing up who could teach them things like how to wear an eye patch. See, we're already getting into their backstory, but maybe they didn't have that growing up. And so then now they don't really know how to give the best advice, but they do their best anyways. For this character, that might mean that this leads into a lot of misunderstandings, even though they're misunderstood themselves. Now we get to end on my favorite part, which is the visuals. I absolutely love designing a costume, creating a character around it. So we already determined that this pirate captain wears their eye patch inside out. Maybe this pirate captain even has a little companion that follows them around all the time. Maybe the companion even leads the way maybe the companion is the captain. One thing that I like to consider when deciding on the visuals is deciding, do we want this character to be really loving? Do we want this character to be very earthy? Do we want this character to be very intimidating? For me, I think that our pirate captain should be a little intimidating. Maybe they even wear all black. That could lead them to be even more scary, which could lead to some more misunderstandings, which would, if we're thinking back, tie into what we were already expecting of this character. It also works really well for a pirate captain because dark clothes help you blend into the night, which would work really well for a captain who is wanting to stay hidden. Now, here are some mistakes that I see people make far too often. Getting too detailed too quickly. Don't put in so many details that it takes away from the story. Because it may be important that the pirate captain has a cat named Chuckles on the second floor of their home, but that may not be relevant to your players if you are creating something for a campaign. It also might get a little confusing after a while for the players to try to figure out, why are you bringing this up? Is there a reason? Do we need to remember the cat named Chuckles? And then that also means that you have to remember it later on. So really try to keep that in mind. Whereas that might be very relevant if this is a main character. That might be a great thing for a backstory. For me, I like to put in as many details as I can for my main characters, but for my side characters, not so much. This may be a character they only run into once, maybe twice, and you don't want to have to try to keep track of all of those little details because you know that the one person in your party has been keeping perfect record. And there you go. I think this was so much fun, and you guys are going to have to stay tuned for all of the super fun content that's coming out right after this video. Bye!